Addressing how every species of the animal on the earth didn't live within walking distance of Noah's hut, or the fact that animals with special diets that only eat one thing would have died, or that the animals would have eaten each other, or obligate human pathogens and parasites such as syphilis and chlamydia, so Noah would have had to have herpes and gonorrhea among other things, or, I'll ignore the fact that the geological record completely contradicts the idea of a global flood. I'm not going to mention that all the saltwater fish would have died from the rapid influx of saltwater changing salinity, as well as trace nutrients and pH, but instead, I'll just suspend my knowledge of the universe for a couple minutes and talk to you solely about the cheetah. It's now known that around 10,000 years ago, the cheetah went through a severe population bottleneck, which is essentially when a population goes down to such a very small size that the only thing that you can do is inbreed. The cheetah was essentially wiped out. It was lowered down to very few individuals, although certainly many times more than two. And again, this was 10,000 years ago. So stop and think for a moment. Let's take the cheetah 10,000 years ago and cut him down to about 7 individuals. Look at what that does. We have utterly low genetic variability, it's got an astronomical infant mortality rate, and you can do skin grafts from any cheetah anywhere in the world on another. That is the consequence of a bottleneck 10,000 years ago with 7 individuals. Now let's take Noah's Ark, in which every species on Earth was brought down to 2 individuals 4,000 years ago, yet has absolutely none of these problems, and has an amazing amount of genetic variability. And what's more, just a side note, is how they often comment on kinds. Well, in order to fit all of the species onto the Ark, they often have to consider breaking the species down to a genus and saying that the individual species evolved. So, even if every single species in the world fit onto the Ark, you would still not have this kind of genetic variability that we see displayed on every single species on Earth.